Welcome to the Leadership TKO podcast, your source of strategies and insight to make you a winning leader. With no further ado, here is your host.
All right.
Midnight.
Hello, everybody. Lakeisha McKnight is here. It's 9:01 p.m. here in Chesapeake, Virginia, where we're live here in the United States. This is the Leadership TKO Night Show via podcast. And I just want to say thank you so very much for being here. And we are indeed live. Yes, it is Wednesday, September 20th, 2017. Is super excited to be here on this day. And the podcast here, the Leadership TKO Night Show via podcast, is one of many podcasts, a part of the Leadership TKO radio station. This is a virtual radio station that's connected to the Leadership TKO brand. This brand is housed under a limited liability company, or LLC, entitled the International Leadership Education and Development Company, better known as the iLead Company. And so we do invite you to check out our websites to learn more about the company itself. The primary overall website that you can check out for yourself is www.ileadcom.com. So that's ileadcompany.com. And if you really want to delve into the United States particular branch, because we have two branches, one in Nigeria, Africa, and the other here in Chesapeake, Virginia, here in the United States of America. And if you want to learn more about the USA branch, you can visit www.leadershiptko.com. So I thank you and I appreciate you for being here, a part of what we have going on. And the overall mission of the podcast of Leadership TKO and the iLead Company overall is to partner up with associations, with small businesses or entrepreneurs, universities, and faith-based groups to build winning leaders. That's what we intend to do here, a part of the iLead Company and the Leadership TKO brand. We do encourage you, once again, go to the websites to learn more about the brand, the mission, and all that we have going on. We have several subdivisions within this company, but we do encourage you to definitely go to the main website to learn more. So before we even delve into tonight's topic and what we have going on, I do want to share on our main platform that we leverage heavily, and that is Facebook. So let me go, and I encourage you to share on your social media networks as well, letting people know that we are indeed live. So I'm going to go and share and let people know that I'm live right now, and encourage people to come and join in. So I'm going to type in join me now on the virtual radio platform as I provide. Okay. So here we go. I am going to be first posting on my timeline. And if you want to be connected to me on the timeline on Facebook, the link is going to be added into the description area. So don't worry. I do encourage you to get connected because we have a lot of engagement that goes on my timeline and then also on the fan page. Okay. So that's going to be the second area that I'm going to be sharing at right now. And that is on my personal fan page on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead right now and share there. All right, so here we go. Going to do this right now. Okay, so we did that. And let's see, let's add a little bit of a bonus and encourage some other people to listen in. So let's go ahead. I am going to post on a special group. I'm going to share more about this group towards the end of this episode. But normally I don't really invite people from this particular group to join in that often at this particular time because of what we have going on. But to motivate and keep them going, I am going to do so today. Okay, I am going to do that. And I'm going to share more about that group in just a moment. But once again, I do welcome you and I thank you so much for those of you who have been listening consistently because we're here Sundays through Fridays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Again, that's Sundays through Fridays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're normally here. So I thank you and I appreciate you for being here and being a part of what we have going on. Now we have a specific layout where we kind of break things down on a day-by-day basis. And specifically on Wednesdays, we focus in on one thing we do focus in on, I can tell you, is leadership. That's what we've been focusing on all day. Sometimes we provide some information on marketing because we do have a branch or a subdivision of the company that's a leadership TKO for marketers. But I really wanted to hone in on leadership today. Okay, I really did. I want to hone in on leadership. There may be some occasions where we'll hone in on one area more so versus the other. So just be aware of that. It's not that we've forgotten about an element, but we want to focus more so because of discernment and knowing that it may be needed. So just be aware. Also, we encourage you to, if you do have a Android phone, to visit the Android Google Play Store because we have a Leadership TKO app. So if you have not downloaded the app, we encourage you to go over to the Google Play Store, look up Leadership TKO, and you might have to add in Spreaker on there because that's the platform that we do leverage the most when it comes to our radio station. It is aired also on iHeartRadio, just to let you know. But if you want to add in Spreaker when you're searching for the app, you can go ahead and do so. It may make it easier for you to find the app. So Leadership TKO Spreaker, and it should pop up and you'll be able to download it for free. All right. So download the app for free. That allows you to be able to listen in to the episodes, jump right on in. You don't have to go sign on to the computer to do so. You can just plug right on in. All right. So that's just a little bit of a plug there. And today is, again, Winning Leader Wednesday. And so we've been plugging in heavily on the timeline about leadership, how to enhance your leadership. And not just on the timeline, but we've been sharing about the main primary message of the day. And as you can see, based on the title of the episode, we've been talking about effective leadership. What does effective leadership look like? And, how can one strive towards being an effective leader? And so we provided some of those tips on the blog message today. And I do encourage you, to head on over to that blog message once we've completed the live recording here. And if you're listening on demand, of course, you can go back and you can read the entire message of the day. Now, these links, once again, will be added to the description area. So look in the description for the blog message, click on it, and you'll be well on your way. Also note that there's going to be a video version of the blog message. So for those of you who are visual learners and you want to match a face and a voice with the message, you'll be able to just click on the YouTube link and it should take you on over to the channel and you'll be able to listen to that also. So thank you for those of you who have been listening in and getting plugged in. Now, listen, it doesn't matter what country you live in, what language you speak. We encourage you to be plugged in. It's not just for the United States. It's not just for one country versus the other. It's this podcast, this radio station is for everyone. But we know that the majority of people that listen to this radio station is women. And so, sometimes we cater a lot of our messages to women because we know majority, if not all, most of the time is just women that are listening in. But some men do listen in as well. So we're not going to leave the men out. We do include you and we welcome you to listen in. All right, already. So what I am going to do is to give you a nugget or two from the central message. And one way of being an effective leader is making sure that your communication is as clear as possible. Because sometimes the messages can become jumbled up. Imagine if there was a conflict and you tell one person about the conflict, then you tell another person about the conflict, and then one person misconstrues the message. And then next thing you know, you have two different issues going on, even though you essentially wanted to communicate one message. So you have to be cautious to communicate clearly and be sure you're communicating to the right group of people or right person. So make sure your communication is clear. If there's something going on within your business or organization and you need everyone to know the message, maybe call a meeting, call a conference call, do a video conference, whatever it is that you need to do, and make sure everyone is clear on what it is that you are communicating before you exit the meeting so that no one misconstrues the message. It's really not a good idea to kind of leave and everyone is kind of like, what's going on? So make sure that the message, once again, is as clear as possible. The other tip that I want to give you so that you can be an effective leader is you want to make sure that you're setting good goals. You want to make sure your goals, number one, are realistic, something that your team members, your employees can be able to fulfill, and that it's attainable. And make sure you have dates along with those goals, because it wouldn't make sense to set a goal and if you don't have a certain period of time when you want to reach them. So making sure that your goals are heavily connected to the overall mission of the business or the association or the organization, whichever word you want to give it, and just make sure it's clear, because nothing worse than people being on different fields, or they may be thinking differently. So make sure everyone is on one accord as much as possible. We know that there may be some who may need more clarity than others, and if possible, please provide that for them. All right. So, these are just two of the many strategies that I've noted on the blog message today. And so I encourage you to head on over there once we finish this live message here on the radio platform, and definitely read the blog message. And if you'd like, there is a comment feature below the blog, below the message there on the blog. Feel free to leave me some comments about your thoughts about how, what did you think about that? Okay, what did you think about that blog message that we spoke on today? All right, that will be helpful. That lets me know that you've enjoyed what you've read on the blog today. So again, that's what we shared. We also shared some great nuggets on the timeline. We spoke about how success may be defined a bit differently for many people, but if you remain humble as a leader, success can also overtake you. All right. So it can be to the point where you're just successful every single day. And it's just apparent to many people that are close to you, apparent to many people online. You don't have to put it out there like that because they see it already. And it's because you remain humbled in the process. It doesn't matter how high you're being brought. It doesn't matter, what amount of money you have. It doesn't matter what positions you've gained. You just remain humble in the process. And that's what pleases God. And to be honest with you, I want to do what pleases God. I don't want to go out there and just think that I'm high and mighty and that no one can reach me and no one can bring me down. As far as I'm talking about God can't bring me down and things like that. It's not even about that. Because between you and me, we should be working along with God and carrying out his will for our lives, because then it makes success inevitable. We are going to be successful simply because we're partnering up and we're really trying to be aligned with God's will for us. And so that's what I do encourage each and every one of you to be able to do. Be humble in the process. I think another tip that we shared on the timeline is just be yourself as a leader. There's nothing worse than seeing someone trying to copy another leader and be like them and sound like them. Now, you might want to just copy maybe some aspects of their style, but don't try to be an exact copycat of another leader that you see, because you can only be a copy. There's only one original, and people can see clear through a copycat, and they don't want to follow copycats. It's not attractive at all. So try to be yourself. That's what I strongly recommend. Be you. Don't try to be anyone else. Just be yourself. I love being around people who are just authentically themselves. And I can see that through discernment. I can see when someone is really trying to be like someone else, and it really pushes you away. Because you're like, okay, they're really not themselves. That's just not them. They're really trying too hard. And you can see when people are just trying way too hard. You're like, whoa, hold, kind of. Some people, in the inner city jargon, they'll say, pump your brakes a little bit. Wait a minute now. Hey, you're doing a little bit too much. Whoa, right? And so you want to make sure that you just remain grounded. And the way that you can remain grounded and humble is if you're hanging around people, around other leaders who will just check you and you don't mind them checking you. Okay. I'm one of those individuals who is straightforward, very transparent. So if you need some checking, I got you. I got you. I'll definitely be able to do it with love. Okay. I'm not going to be the one to say, listen, you're just way out of control. No, I'll let you know. I'll let you know with love though. And it'll probably be one-on-one. I'm not going to call you out there and embarrass you and things of that nature. I'm not into that at all. All right. And that's what coaches and that's what mentors do. They will give you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. Okay. And we all have mentors. I have mentors all around me, even people